Hello and welcome to I24 News Sports Daily Magazine with all the latest scores and stories from around the world. Wednesday evening, a lot of action coming your way, and these are the headlines. Last chance for Manchester United to make something out of this dismal season. Will the Red Devils be able to stage a comeback after losing to Olympiacos in the first game in Greece? High-definition, super slow-mo, frozen replays, and many more technological advances revolutionize the way we watch sports. We take a look at the latest developments. No place like the former home for LeBron James. Every time he comes to Cleveland, he puts on a show. Last night was no exception. And we take a trip around the world with ski duo moguls, powerboats, and cave upsailing. There seems to be something for everybody. Hello again and thank you for joining us. We are live from the Jaffa Port. Champions League is our top story today with 6 teams already qualified to the quarterfinals, and unsurprisingly, all the big names are there. For most teams, everything was practically settled after the first game. Not for Chelsea, who only managed a 1-1 draw in Istanbul with Galatasaray. Expectations were for an open game at Stamford Bridge, but it only took Samuel Eto'o 4 minutes to make it clear that there will be no surprises here. Gary Cahill added one more, and the Blues secured their place among the final 8. There's no favorite draw for the quarterfinal. Jose Mourinho knows any rival will be difficult.
All the big teams are there. All the big candidates to win the competition are there. Welcome, any one of them. Will be very good for our evolution as a team. Will be very important for us to play one of the best. And we wait for the draw, and doesn't matter who. Welcome.
No drama as expected at the Santiago Bernabeu. After all, Real Madrid beat Schalke 6-1 in the first match in Germany, so this tie was already settled. Real Madrid won this one 3-1, but there was sad news for the Merengues as Jesse was badly injured as early as the second minute, tearing his ACL, meaning the season is over for him. Now that Real Madrid's place among the final 8 is officially booked, manager Carlo Ancelotti can look ahead to the next challenge, the Clásico against Barcelona on Sunday.
We are getting there in a good moment. We are very enthusiastic about this match. We are aware it's a complicated match against a great team, and in my opinion, they have really improved a lot since the first leg. So we are going to do our best because we need to give 100% to beat Barcelona.
Moving to tonight's action and to what could be the only real upset in the stage, Olympiacos with a very good chance to go past Manchester United. The Greek champions won 2-0 in the first game in Piraeus. Only once, 15 years ago, Olympiacos reached the quarterfinals of the Champions League. They're now very close to do it again. For the Red Devils, this is the last chance to make something from this terrible season. But even the fact that this game is at home does not really provide some optimism. The Red Devils lost 8 times this season in Old Trafford, and another one tonight, or even a narrow win, would put a lot of pressure on David Moyes. Rumors even speaking about him stepping down in this case, but as far as he is concerned, nothing is going to change.
My future is not changed one bit. I've got a great job. I know exactly the direction I want to go in. It's not been the season we hoped we would have at this present time, but I've got ideas what I want to do. I'm going to put in place when the time's right. But the most important thing just now is to get the Olympiacos game played. Hopefully get through in that competition.
In the other match tonight, European runners-up Borussia Dortmund will host Zenit St. Petersburg. The Russians do not stand a very big chance of qualifying after losing the first game 4-2 at home. That result means they have to score at least 3 times in the Westfalenstadion. Only one team was able to do it this season, that was Bayern Munich. Very few people believe Zenit can do the same. On the other side, Dortmund looks very confident. They're back to their good form both in the Champions League and the Bundesliga, and manager Jürgen Klopp is quite satisfied with what his team has accomplished so far.
Regarding the goals ahead of the season, we have managed to achieve what we should have in the Champions League. We were meant to survive the group phase, which means that whatever happens now, everything is possible, which is good for us, but it won't be a huge disaster if he were to drop out.
Technology is now an integral part of sport, making our viewing experience something far different than what it used to be a few years ago, and also giving referees tools to make more accurate decisions. Lies Barenboim with the latest technological developments in the world of sport.
Can you do another one? Let's do that.
These days, sports use the most advanced video technologies, giving Hollywood a run for its money. With slow-motion replays and rotating 360-degree views, The 3D technology can stage tennis and football players in Matrix-like scenes. One network that already uses this kind of technology for covering retransmissions is the Tennis Channel, thanks to the services of Israeli startup company Replay Technologies. The company has already provided its services to the PGA Tour, the NBA All-Star Game, and the New York Yankees 2013 season. New revolutionary shots can scrutinize the actions of athletes from all angles. An athlete is filmed by 12 cameras, while NFL players are covered by 24 cameras. This is a novelty that enables the viewers to enter the image itself, but can also overload them with too much data and images. Other techniques are used to improve sports broadcasts. At the latest international CES trade show in Las Vegas, drones and interactive glasses were exhibited for the pleasure of visitors.
Look how tiny they are. They're getting even tinier. And who knows how efficient these are.
The American high-definition camera company GoPro excels at focusing on athletes' movement. Tiny cameras fixed on helmets can track actions from the athlete's point of view. One athlete who usually uses the camera is Austrian base jumper Felix Baumgartner, helping him capture his stratospheric jumps. GoPro cameras have also assisted the investigation of Michael Schumacher's ski accident, thanks to the film recorded by the camera which was set on his helmet. Google has developed its own product for augmented reality, the Google Glass, equipped with a camera and an integrated microphone.
Oh man, really?
Although technology is purposed for assisting sports, several problems can emerge, as the various objects could interfere athletes during their training. Meanwhile, other options are tested. In the NBA, the cheerleaders sometimes wear the Google Glass, shooting the basketball players. Coaches and referees should also benefit from progress, as technological assistance will reduce mistakes made during the games.
It doesn't interfere in the game at all. We're not changing the rules. It's just a confirmation that the ball has crossed the line. It can stop arguments, it will stop the players shouting at the referee saying it was a goal. And it won't slow down the game at all because it happens within a second.
For Jerome Valk, FIFA Secretary General, these technologies are an undeniable progress for arbitration.
If he doesn't feel comfortable with the system, if when he's going through the test 90 minutes before the game, he have any doubt, and that this doubt cannot be, let's say, corrected by the provider who would be on site, I mean, then he has the right to say, sorry guys, but I don't think that I can rely on the system.
Technological progress never stops, and sports are just another field which steps up with the times.
Tennis news now, and Wimbledon champion Andy Murray decided to part ways with coach Ivan Lendl. Under the two-year partnership, Murray reached the best achievements of his career, including the Olympic gold on home soil, the 2012 US Open, and above all, the Wimbledon title last year, the first Briton to do it in 77 years. It is not clear yet what was the reason for the split, but the last few months have been quite disappointing for Murray since his return from a back injury. Now to the NBA, and every time LeBron James meets his former team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, his game seems to get even better. The Quicken Loans Arena, known more as the Gund Arena, was the place LeBron called home for the first 7 years of his career. He was seen as the greatest hero when he played here, but the greatest villain when he moved away to Miami 4 years ago. His first games here with the Heat were a very intense affair. Things have cooled down a bit, but it seems he still wants to put on a show every time he comes to town. King James scored 43 points against the Cavs, shooting 6 of 8 from downtown. Outside shooting does not mean, of course, he forgot how to dunk. He had 25 points by the end of the first quarter. The Cavaliers had a run of their own, tying the game with less than 4 minutes to go. Can they pull it off? Not while LeBron is around. His incredible statistic also included 3 blocks. The Heat win in Cleveland 100-96. The New York Knicks are going through a turbulent season, but the fans at Madison Square Garden got some great news this week as Phil Jackson, the most successful coach in NBA history with 11 championships, returned to the club as the president. Jackson spent almost his entire career as a player with the Knicks, winning 2 championships as a player with a Big Apple team, and he's obviously thrilled to be back.
There's no better place to win than in New York City. It really is something that's special. And, it had a definite impact in my decision to come here. I can think of no better opportunity than have the opportunities that I've had in 3 of the biggest cities in America to lead the basketball franchises both in Chicago and Los Angeles, and now to come back to where I started in basketball, it's a great feeling.
Cricket is by far the most popular sport in the Indian subcontinent. India and Pakistan are mad about the sport, and blind people are part of the excitement as well. Special training, a competitive league, even international matches and a World Cup are being held, giving yet another example of how sports can help people excel despite their disability.
Cricket, a common sight in Pakistan. But this is a game with a difference. All the players here are blind or partially sighted. A bell inside the ball alerts them to its location, and points or runs are allocated in accordance with the player's level of myopia.
The three categories of players alternate in the batting lineup. One run from a B1 player is counted as 2 runs, both in his personal score and in the team score as well. It means that if he hits a 4, it will be counted as 8 runs.
As with regular cricket, teamwork is vital. Accidents, however, do occur, and to limit them, practice sessions are finely tuned.
To train blind people is a very tough job because you have to demonstrate everything before them and close to them, and you have to train them according to their body structure, especially the bowlers and batsmen. When they are playing, you have to teach them the shots, and each shot angle should be done hand in hand with them.
So far, there have been 3 blind World Cups, and Pakistan have won 2 of them. And in this cricket-mad country, playing the sport has helped these players integrate into society, though there is still some way to go in a country where the disabled are sometimes marginalised.
In Europe or in other countries, they are given a lot of other facilities by the state, by the governments, and their education levels are high, and also they are given tremendous civil rights. But here we have to struggle for everything.
Pakistan's neighbour India are the current cricket world champions. The Indian blind team has recently travelled to Lahore for a series, and the intensity of the rivalry between the two countries is as present in this version of the game as it is at the highest level.
My friends, my parents, everybody will say while coming to Lahore, they said you have to win the match because, you know, the India and Pakistan is the match. And here also, the Pakistani players, parents, friends, they used to say, we have to win because the India is coming and we are hosting, we have to win, like that they'll say. So that is the spirit and that is the strength of the game actually.
These matches between cricket's greatest foes are, however, a mere starter ahead of the main course, the Blind Cricket World Cup in South Africa next year.
And now it's time to take a trip around the world. Fasten your seatbelts, here we go. We begin in Norway at the Freestyle World Cup Duo Moguls in Voss. The men's final was a Canadian duel between Michael Kingsbury and Alex Bilodeau. Speed skiing on the slopes, aerial somersaults, you name it, they do it. Kingsbury was the winner in this one. Now he only needs a second place finish next week to secure both the Moguls and the freestyle overall title. From the Norwegian snow, we go to the Persian Gulf for the Formula One powerboat action. The Doha Bay in Qatar was the place for the new F1 H20 World Championship season. Qatar team's Alex Corella made the best possible start. The triple world champion won the Grand Prix of Qatar for the first time in his career with a huge 34-second margin. Staying in the region, this time in Oman, where 2 of the world's best extreme climbers faced a once-in-a-lifetime challenge, tackling the Majiz Al Jin cave, considered as the second largest known cave chamber in the world. Germany's Stefan Golovac and American Chris Sharma combined their expertise to finish the climb and slowly, agonizingly emerge into the light. Going down under to Australia for the Mululuba Triathlon in Queensland's Sunshine Coast. Whether it's swimming in the ocean, riding a bicycle, or running, participating in a triathlon is always a tough challenge. Spaniard Mario Mola was the men's winner. Australian-based American Gwen Jorgensen was the winner of the women's event. And we'll finish our tour in Mexico with the season opening of the Red Bull X-Fighters World Tour, which opened up at the Monumental Plaza de Toros in Mexico City. These crazy daredevils entertained the 38,000 fans which attended the event with some magnificent aerial maneuvers and some crazy backflips. New Zealand's Levi Sherwood was the winner. We'll finish our show today with cycling as the Tirreno Adriatico race reached its 7th and final stage. Alberto Contador was looking to seal the deal and win his first stage race in Italy, as he and other riders had to face a 9-kilometer individual time trial in San Benedetto del Tronto. The Spaniard had a tough rival to battle during the stages. Colombian Nairo Quintana and the two-time Tour de France winner managed to overcome Quintana, finishing 2 minutes and 5 seconds ahead of him in the overall standings. And that's it for us today. Thank you for being with us. Don't forget you can watch us anytime at our website at i24news.tv. We're also on Facebook and on Twitter. We'll see you again tomorrow, same place, same time. Have a great day.